Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims info/thoughts video that is rounding up more information that's come out about seasons. So it turns out that the product description page on Origin.com for Seasons says a lot more than the pre-order page, and I had no idea that was the case. So the first thing that I think is worth mentioning here is that under Experience Impactful Weather, there's a part that says right at the end, control the elements to summon thunderstorms, clear up overcast skies, or jump between seasons. So it's the jump between seasons part that surprises me here, because I was expecting that with the weather machine, we'd only be able to change the weather temporarily, whether it's rain, snow, or sun, but not the season. So that's pretty good that we can jump between seasons. And in regards to seasonal control, there is something else to talk about later on in this video. Then in the Revel in Seasonal Activities part, it says that you can toss on a raincoat to splash in a spring shower and explore the outdoors to earn badges as a scout. I'm really surprised I haven't seen anybody talk about this until I brought it up on Twitter the other day, because yeah, I don't know, that seems pretty exciting to me, unless it ends up being a rabbit hole, because, I don't know, even though it says explore the outdoors, it just instantly made me think about Kawaii Stacy's Explore mod, because if the Scouts thing is just a rabbit hole, then yeah, it could probably just easily be pulled off with the Explore mod. I know not everyone uses mods, but I think with stuff like rabbit hole activities, we don't need to have so many of those officially. If you really, really want more of those so badly, then yeah, I think you should start using mods. It also says in the last sentence that you can harvest honey in the fall, play in leaves, or have child sims make homemade holiday crafts. Now that sounds really fun. I can't wait to see what these crafts are about. I really love these sorts of hands-on skills. Like, I'm sure this is not a skill, but you know what I mean. Just, like, all of these sorts of things that really encourage you to just, like, make your own stuff instead of just, like, pulling it out of buy mode. The whole paragraph of Celebrate the Holidays I find pretty interesting, too, where it says, decorate your home and bring Sims together to celebrate heartfelt holiday traditions. Ring in the new year. Yes, New Year's Eve confirmed. With the celebration, enjoy a romantic date during Love Day or gather the family for a bountiful harvest feast. Watch as your Sims count down the calendar days until Winterfest, where presents are gifted, decorations are hung, and Father Winter pays a visit. You can even create custom holidays and choose how your Sims celebrate. It's going to be interesting to see how the decorating your home thing will be done. Like, will there be some sort of tool to make it a lot easier to just do that in a few clicks? Like with the seasonal lot marker in The Sims 3, that was pretty cool, where you could have your lot change depending on what season it was. It kind of lagged my game if I did it on too many lots within one world, but still, it was really cool. But it was hidden away in debug, so it would be nice if there was something like that more easily accessible to everybody. It's good to see that Love Day is returning for sure, which I think increases the chances of slow dancing coming back. And it's interesting to see that the traditional winter holiday is called Winterfest because there was a sickness for cats and dogs called Winterfest fever, so interesting bit of continuity there. I don't think it means in retrospect that Winterfest fever was a hint at seasons, but I think it was just like, oh yeah, they probably knew that they would have wanted to reuse that name at some point. And being able to make your own custom holidays definitely opens up a lot of possibilities. I already made a whole video dedicated to that topic. And with New Year's, I noticed after rewatching the trailer a few times that there seems to be some sort of New Year's bash channel or something like that, because it does show in the scene where there's a New Year's party going on, there's something on the TV that really reminds me of what you'd see when you're watching a New Year's celebration on TV. So maybe that is some sort of thing that's just available exclusively for a New Year's party? I don't know, that'd be a cool little detail if they managed to pull that off. Getting back to the description, it does say a fair amount about the gardening career. So it says, create beautiful bouquets and unearth new discoveries in the gardening career. With the newfound green thumb as a floral designer, Sims craft flower arrangements and make deliveries around town. More scientific Sims can become a botanist, where they'll analyze plants, write scientific papers, and gain notoriety to earn grants. Advance your Sims' budding talents to unlock fresh skills, new outfits, and handy objects. In the previous info/thoughts video I did, I was really curious about how this career works, and by the sounds of it, especially with the part where it says that you can make deliveries around town, it's going to be some sort of hybrid career, I think. There probably is still going to be some option where you can send your Sims into the rabbit hole and then just have them work hard or do some other skill that lowers their work performance and that sort of thing, so that you're free to control other Sims you may have in your current household. But yeah, I'm really glad that there is going to be like some actual career gameplay that's not confined within a rabbit hole. And it is good to see that there are two branches, because they mentioned the botanist as well, so that will add a decent amount of replay value, I think. And now moving things over to Twitter, more Simgurus have changed their icons. So here is Simguru Rads, and I absolutely love that polka dot rain jacket. Just, yes, hopefully I don't overuse that. But yeah, gosh darn it, the Creative Sim items look really good so far, and I would say the same for Simguru Kimi's picture as well. I really like how well the red matches between her jacket and her hat. Simguru Chibi also changed her Twitter header to be a picture of herself Sim at Magnolia Blossom Park in Willow Creek. And what actually stands out to me here is her umbrella. It looks like there's going to be a lot of different swatches for the umbrellas, because I've seen at least half a dozen or so across like the trailer and all the screenshots that we've received so far. So yeah, that should be really interesting. I'm sure there'll be plenty of custom content umbrellas as well that may fill in a whole lot of different design niches, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing all the different umbrellas, and I really hope they won't break as often as they did in The Sims 3. I mentioned that in one of my Sunlit Tides videos, because yeah, that got so annoying. I remember I needed to download a mod to reduce how annoying that was. And now for some Twitter Q&A. So Simguru Kate did answer a few questions. So the first one that she answered, will there be new foods and recipes? And thankfully the answer is yes, and some will make you hungry in real life. Some of the existing recipes in the game already do that, so that's good to hear. And the next question is, will the penguin be returning in this expansion pack? Not this time around. We could not get them to leave the Antarctic, and that's too bad. It doesn't like break the expansion pack for me or anything like that, but yeah, it's too bad. I would have liked to see what penguins would look like in The Sims 4 with its art style. In The Sims 3, I was actually hoping that they would not return in seasons, because in my opinion, The Sims, I mean, some Sims can look cute in The Sims 3, but I don't know. Generally, I don't find Sims 3 Sims to look as good as the Sims in the other games. But yeah, it would have been nice to see how the penguins in Sims 4 would have looked with this very kind of like what I see as a Sims 2 HD sort of style. On a more positive note, Simguru Cake confirms that sprinklers can be used to water gardens. And in addition, the rain can water our garden as well. Thank goodness. I did see at least one person be really concerned over whether sprinklers can actually be used to water plants, or if it's literally just a recreational activity with the Sims jumping in the sprinkler as seen in the trailer. But thankfully, yeah, we can use it for gardening. It would have been really weird if we weren't able to do that. I was not worried about it personally. The next question that Simguru Kate answers is, will there be a new collection type? Not this time around, and this one surprises me because I make jokes on occasion about how one thing that The Sims 4 is not short on is collections, because there's so many of them. So many, especially if you own all the packs. It's kinda crazy. They really seem to love adding collections often. But yeah, I can live. And I haven't actually completed too many of the collections. Like, I completed the Sugar Skulls one when that challenge first came out. I completed the Easter eggs one. And I completed the City Posters collection from City Living. You may have seen me do that in my Let's Play for that expansion pack, but I think that's it. Like, there's a lot of collections where I've completed a good portion of them, especially like the Harvestables and the fish and the insects from Outdoor Retreat, but I haven't collected every single one, so yeah, there's that. Moving on to the next question, will there be allergies? No, actually, and I'm surprised by that one too. We did have allergies in the Sims 3 season, so I figured that was going to come back. Maybe people said that the allergies were too annoying. I can't remember, but I don't know. Again, this is like another thing that doesn't really like make or break the whole pack for me, but it's just like, oh, okay, that's odd that they've made this decision. And the last question that Kate answers, will there be new Harvestables? Yes, sirree. And thank goodness. It would have been weird if we got this new gardener career, but no Harvestables to go along with them. And I'm really interested in hearing what Harvestables you think there will be in the comment section below. I am really hoping that one of them will be pumpkins, and that would like coordinate with spooky stuff. I did mention that in my reaction video too. I was just speculating like how these two packs could go together, because spooky stuff, I don't know, like I wouldn't say it's on the level of controversy as my first pet stuff, but it is similar to that in a sense. Like, it doesn't require any other packs to play, but it is kind of like, oh, like these two packs go together. But spooky stuff came out long before Seasons did, instead of after. One last thing that Singuru Kate does address is, well, there's been a lot of concerns over the snow because, well, just looking at this screenshot here, it looks like the snow, especially on the ground, is painted on rather than having actual depth to it. But what Kate says is, for those asking about the snow, I promise, I've passed the questions and comments on. I do know this isn't exactly what you want to hear, but this is what I can offer right now. And remember, the trailer and screenshots only show a small part of everything. And a lot of people have come forward to me asking questions about this as well. And my take on this is that we haven't seen everything. We've only had the one trailer and some screenshots. So I think what's being shown so far is the lightest of snow. There's probably at least 2 layers of snow. Like, in the previous games, we have the light snow and the deep snow. So, yeah, hopefully they're just waiting to show the deep snow when they do, like, their blog that talks about winter. Because they are doing this series on the climate family, where they have, like, one sim in the family representing each season. And it's kind of funny because in the reaction video, I said, oh yeah, there's probably going to be some sort of controversy, just like there has been for, like, every expansion so far. And yeah, it looks like this is going to be it. Although, personally, I'd be more fussed if we were not able to control the seasons and the length of them. But hey, that actually brings me to another tweet that I want to mention from Simguru Emery, where he does confirm that we can control the seasonal length in the options menu, and that when we go into a save that was made prior to us getting seasons, it'll tell you to actually choose a season to start off in. So that's a big relief, although there's still the lingering question of whether we can actually change which seasons are in which worlds. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that. I guess it might not be considered as crucial to the game as it was for The Sims 3, because with The Sims 3, we can make our own custom worlds. So it is important to have the choice there, but Sims 4 does not have custom worlds, and I don't think that will ever happen. So yeah, there is that to consider, but still, I'd rather have the full control, and for those who don't want to control, then just don't do it. And it still looks like there may be hope for snow that actually does have some sort of depth, because one Twitter user, Mert, pointed out to me that it looks like here, in this scene where they're showing like the home changing the holiday decorations, there's one sim walking through the snow, and it does kind of look like there is depth there. It's kind of hard to tell though, because, well, it's just one very small part of a large scene, but yeah, it does give me a bit of hope that we've still yet to see the snow at its full depth. One other nice little thing that Singuru Emery confirms is that there's new radio stations, and I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on what they could be as well, because I'm having trouble thinking of one myself, at least one, because there's more than one according to his wording, because especially with some holiday related stations, we got them through free updates. Like, we have spooky music and we have winter holiday as well. Maybe we could get something like country, like more bluegrass, because we have the backyard radio station from Perfect Patio, but that's more country pop, I would say. Yeah, I don't know. It's harder to determine, especially because there's no new world in this expansion pack. If there was, then yeah, it'd be a lot easier to say, like, okay, it's this, because it would go with the theme of that world. And now we move things over to our good old friend Singuru Grant. So one thing that he confirms that's not in Seasons are lounge chairs, although they know it's one of the things that we really want in the game. But wow, I am really surprised these aren't in Seasons. They would have gone really well with pool parties. So yeah, if we don't get them in Seasons, I don't know when. I guess the one other pack we could get them in is if we get a tropical island destination. Then yeah, it's pretty much a must at that point. He also confirmed no elevators, and yeah, I wasn't going to expect elevators in Seasons. I don't think it would have really made much sense. But he did say that in talking to some wheelchair-bound simmers the other day, it struck him that if they can do an update for sims in wheelchairs, enhancing elevators would make so much sense. And hey, that's great. Because then not only are we getting representation for people who use wheelchairs, but also addressing our complaints about the elevators, or so-called elevators, in city living. He also confirms no online dating, but he's wanted that feature since City Living, so that does make me confident that it's not an if, but when. So yeah, I don't know when we could get online dating, but I feel like it could fit into some other packs. Like, maybe when we get University, that could fit in. Or even as a free update, but I don't know if we would get something like that for free. Speaking of updates, there are no updates for Plant Sims with this expansion. That's kind of too bad. I guess it would have been an appropriate time to do that, because the Plant Sims, they were added through a challenge and then just kind of kept in through the update that added that challenge. So I guess because they were added for free and not through a paid pack, they don't have as many features as they did in The Sims 2 and The Sims 3. So I hope a Plant Sim update is not off the table. Singuru Grant does give an interesting in-between sort of answer in regards as to whether there's an occult in Seasons. He says, not in the way you guys think, which is why I said sorta. And I think there's two possibilities for this. It could even be both, where maybe the Scarecrow becomes some sort of temporary life state like the skeletons in Jungle Adventure, or maybe, like, with that sim that controls the lightning, that could be a very temporary sort of power as well, but it's not a full-on occult either. So you may remember in the previous info/thoughts video I did, I was really confused about what that sim on the right was holding there, and Singuru Grant says that it's a weed vacuum. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming, but yeah, I guess then it's just something to help you clear out weeds much faster, which is really helpful if you're growing a crop farm. That's one of my households in Windenburg, actually. Like, they have like this big crop farm with a lot of different harvestables. Singuru Grant also addresses bunnies, and he says that he'd love to add more pets of a smaller scale at some point. He's just not sure when. And I've talked about bunnies several times in the past. They're a small pet that I really want to see, because At least for the main PC titles, we have not had bunnies, and we're 4 games in. That just really baffles me. So I think Sims 4 should be the one to finally add bunnies to the main series. So yeah, I think that would be really great. Although it's just, how would they do this? Because what I proposed in the past was to have a small pet shop game pack where it would have hamsters and ferrets and bunnies and reptiles and birds, and your Sims would be able to run the pet shop like a retail business from get to work. But, well, now we have some small pets with My First Pet stuff, so yeah, that really kind of throws that idea for a loop. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe they could still do that anyways. But yeah, I don't know, it'd be a lot harder to fit small pets now that they've already done a stuff pack dedicated to them and they only did rodents. And one last thing that he says is that he insists that The Sims 4 is far from over. Guys, we aren't done. I'm literally working with the team right now for years out. Stop saying we're done. We aren't. I mean, just think of the stuff we haven't made that we know you want. And, well, he's right. I mean, there's university, cars, farm animals, representation for people with disabilities, horses, a tropical island, bands, hobbies, more careers, amusement parks, carnivals, salons, off-the-grid gameplay, celebrities, time travel, witches, fairies, werewolves, zombies, mermaids, servos, genies, superheroes. The list goes on. It's good to hear that The Sims 4 still has plenty of life left. I don't think we'll hear about The Sims 5 until at least 2020 when The Sims hits its 20th anniversary, because, I mean, that would be a pretty good way to celebrate it, but other than that, yeah, those of you hoping for The Sims 5 to come like this year or next year, not gonna happen, sorry. And that wraps up another Sims info/thoughts video. So let me know in the comment section below what you think of all of the things that I discussed in this video. It's kind of crazy how many tweets there are to keep up with now. Like, whenever there's a new expansion pack or even a game pack that's revealed, that it's like, okay, the last one was about 20 minutes long and so is this one. That's just nuts, but we'll see what this coming week brings in terms of news regarding seasons and anything else Sims related. But I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!